What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good? What's up, people? It's me. I'm L3027. You know who I am?
Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose, honey.
He's about the business of dipping spoons into sugar bowls. Anyway, real girls do real things. So as to make it easier for insertion, maybe?
No means no, and yes means no.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What's up, what's up, what's up? It's me, L3027. And I am back for yet another review. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be our review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 15. It is episode 4. It is entitled The Buck Stops in Birmingham. Oh. At this point, I'm at the point of damn near checking out. Like, this episode, I almost like literally checked out of. Like, I fell asleep during a portion of it, and then came back and was like, "Oh, this is really still on and happening." Let's get through this, y'all. We start off with Kenya and Monyetta rehearsing for Kenya's performance. Now, I don't know if we ever found out what school it is. I know it's a school in Alabama. And then on top of that, I'm really confused on if it's a classic or if it's homecoming. Because at one point, Kenya says it's homecoming. At another point, she says it's the Magic City Classic. I think she's confused because she has no clue about anything HBCU related, it seems. Because if you went to an HBCU or you know anything about HBCU football games and so, you know that homecoming is very different from a classic. But she has no clue. She's not from that world. But we know it's in Alabama. So I'm thinking maybe it's homecoming for Alabama State. I'm thinking homecoming for Alabama State. I don't know, or Alabama A&M. I don't know which one is in Birmingham or whatever it is. That's what she's performing for. Um, and so her and Monyetta, they're going on and on about this routine that they're going to have because they want to look like the dance girl. Sweetheart, doll baby, love bug, dear one. Dance girl, you are not. Baby, those girls practice a lot. And you and Monyetta doing this 1-2 step or whatever y'all got going on, that's not going to cut it. Sweetheart, doll baby, love bug. Let it go. Sashay on that good feel. Wave your hand like a good pageant queen. Smile, take a few pictures, and roll the fuck off. We don't need you trying to do any types of dancing. And the proof of that was when, they showed the footage of you at BravoCon failing at trying to do a dip. I hate, I shouldn't say I hate, but the danger when stuff that is a part of our culture, black LGBTQ culture, seeps into mainstream. People make failed attempts at trying it, and it becomes just a caricature. And people try to do it, and in their attempt to try to emulate what, is in our culture and in our community, in their attempt to try to culturally misappropriate our stuff, it comes off sometimes disrespectful because you turn it into a caricature and you just you laugh it off like ha 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 ha, where there are people who put a lot of blood, sweat, time, and tears into this, and this is serious for them, and you just blow it off like, oh, it's nothing. And I you may not see it that way, but I kind of see it as cultural misappropriation, even in terms of how people have used and bastardized and our lingo and vernacular. But that's a whole nother conversation for me. But when I see people, because shows like Legendary and Pose and other shows have come to the forefront, and our culture that's been around for decades in the black LGBTQ plus space, specifically the black gay community, and people try to culturally misappropriate it, it just turns it, like I said, into a caricature. And eh, sometimes even in them trying to attempt, it becomes disrespectful, and it gets to the point where you be like, girl, you can watch, but let us do that. You can be a fan, but we got this. You can. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Let me get off my soapbox, and we're back. She FaceTimes this boyfriend. What's the boyfriend name? I'm back, y'all, with my Origin water. Don't pick at me. I've been drinking this Origin water, y'all, for like for the last few weeks now, and I'm so addicted to it. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, I can drink like maybe 2 or 3 bottles a day, which is good. Water is good, so I'm proud of myself. Anyway, um, what was I saying? Oh, this boyfriend calls. Anytime you see this attempt by these people to iterate and reiterate and reiterate, oh, this is my boyfriend, this is my boyfriend, this is my boyfriend, oh, I'm calling my boyfriend, oh, I'm FaceTiming my boyfriend, oh, this is my new boo. You trying to convince yourself, not us. Because if that was your boyfriend, we would see it. You would need to keep iterating and reiterating the fact that that's your boyfriend. Kenya, you ain't got no boyfriend. You a whole ass bust now. He's blowing your back out, shoving his white meat inside of multiple orifices on your body, and that's just it. You decide to let him come along for the party because he's also somebody who has money. So as opposed to the regular bust downs that you have that come blow your back out, that ain't got no money but just come give you a good rumping. Hey, you decide to bring him on the show because you feel like he's good for the brand, because he might have a little bit, because he got some money and alleged notoriety. So you don't mind having him on display. But a boyfriend, he is not. Kenya tells Monietta she doesn't really want to invite the girls on the trip, but she does anyway. Anyway, well, my thing is this, Kenya. If you don't want them to come, then why? I am not in the business of bringing people on trips and special things with me if I don't like them. I'm sure if you're as booked and busy as you say you are, there are several other events that aren't as that don't require you to have that much interaction with the ladies, that you can bring them on. There's a lot of other things that you can bring them on, but if I'm going on a trip that's important or of significance with me, I want to be around positive people and positive energy only. I'm not bringing someone who I can't stand, and so I never understand that. I feel like even if you're on these shows, there should be events that you tell production, hey, that's my event, y'all ain't got nothing to do with this, and that's not a cash trip. You cannot turn that into a cash trip. Let it go. Whatever. They don't know she's performing at halftime either. Sonya, we see her at home with her mom and her sister. So cute brother-in-law calls, and because he's out doing assistant work. I mean, if you're somebody's assistant, you got a lot of work to do, and it seems like he's not quite working out. But Sonya, why wouldn't you just go get someone who has expertise in that area? Th- from the very beginning, I saw this as a recipe for a disaster. You are someone who says that you got all of these things going on, but you're hiring your brother-in-law to be nice or to help out, but that's not good for the business. He doesn't know anything about being an assistant. He's not used to working with that, in that field, that industry, that vertical, and is not used to, I got all of these deadlines, I have all of these things to do, you need to know how to get all of these things done in a timely manner. And so that's just not his world. He doesn't come from that. So you, who may, for very good cause, have a lot of demands and have a demanding schedule, by having an assistant that's inept, that's not working out. And so now you end up, sometimes probably getting mad with him or frustrated because he's not doing the job up to the level that you want him to. But that's your fault because you hired him knowing he didn't come from that world and did not have any experience doing that. So then Sonya, in during this while she's sitting there, and her and the sister and the mom, they're planning out all of the things that she has going on, and the different events and things that she has to do. And so Sonya says, well, I've talked to Ross and he's interested now in shutting this shit down and getting my house back. The sister takes it personal and says, well, let me get my stuff together and get out. Well, boo, y'all should have been doing that. Like, even if you tell me you work for your sister, that's fine. You can work for your sister. You don't need to live with her. If I'm a grown, if I'm grown and I am married with children, plural, I don't care if I am working with my sister. I'm not living with my sister because I have a four-person household. Me, my husband, and my two kids. Why? We could stay down the street from each other. We could stay in the same neighborhood. But what we're not doing is living in the same house together. I don't know how you or your husband ever thought that was a good idea. Because when Sonya introduced that idea to you, I could see if Sonya said, hey girl, I really want y'all to move to Atlanta with us. We got a big enough house. Girl, I got you for about 6 good months while y'all getting settled, getting y'all own space, and y'all can do that. If that was the situation, fine. But y'all been living in this woman's house for a few years now. Baby, it's not. Mm-mm. You could be as mad as you want to be. You need to be more upset with yourself that you allowed yourself to get to this point where somebody can tell you, "Okay, girl, you got to go," because you should have been looking for your own anyway. You know that old song says, "God bless the child that's got his own." Baby, first of all, I'm looking at cute brother-in-law sideways because I don't know. Just like Ross put his foot down and say, "Hey, hey, 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 boo, this is my house, and I am a married ass man, and I need my house with just my family." Your husband's sister, the sister's husband, should have been saying the same thing. This is cute and all. I know that's your sister and them your parents, but baby, I'm a grown ass man. I got a wife and kids. I need my own shit. Whatever. But the sister kind of got upset about it and took it personal, and yeah, left. You knew that wasn't gonna go well. We did see Marlo at home preparing for this Halloween photo shoot. Her little sister Crystal comes over, and then Marlo tells Crystal that she's trying to get her records expunged, and that Courtney, the new chick or whatever, the new friend of the show, is has been helping her with the process. Hooking her up with people that can help her get her record expunged, and so forth. Courtney then shows up and comes over, and they discuss this whole situation that we saw at the end of last episode with Marlo yelling at Drew and everything. Baby, at that point, I checked out because Marlo goes on and on and on about Candy. Like, Marlo, the woman don't want to be friends with you, and you are still hell bent on the fact that Candy won't be friends with you. Baby, let it go. Y'all ain't friends. Y'all ain't gonna be friends. Baby, you upset that she didn't send flowers or a card to the funeral. Y'all are not friends, nor have y'all ever been friends. If I remember correctly, you were friends with Nene. You got on the show. Did she get on the show because she was friends with Nene? But you still over here, upset that you and Candy ain't the best of friends. Y'all ain't friends. Y'all ain't besties. Y'all ain't Judies. Y'all ain't gonna be friends at all. Let it go. But you going on this whole rant and raving, all of this. Oh, my nephew died and Candy did. Say, girl, I don't care. And I'm not trying to be insensitive and say I don't care about your nephew dying. I don't care that you're upset that Candy didn't send that. If Candy ain't want to send that, she have to send that. She ain't your friend. Y'all are co-workers. Baby, I'm sorry for your loss. Condolences. Moving on. You looking for cards and flowers and stuff like, baby, let it go, girl. Moving on, cause I don't have no more time to waste on Marlo and her nephew and all this that. Baby, I don't have the time. I do not have the time. Because did we even know this was going on at the time? How many years ago was this? And if it was that big of a deal, did anybody even know at the time that any of this was going on? Maybe y'all did know, and I just was checked out and I didn't care. But I don't even remember knowing in real time that this was going on a few years back. But now all of a sudden it's a big deal. Girl, find a storyline and leave this alone. We see Sheree's at the hospital. She got fibroids. Baby, I don't want to be insensitive to people with fibroids, but once it was Sheree, I checked out. I checked out. I didn't even care. This is the part where I fell asleep with Sheree and her fibroids because I knew good and damn well this had nothing to do about her having a child. Maybe that woman is older than Methuselah. That woman been around since God was a child, and you wanted me to believe that she was pregnant. Girl, I knew that wasn't the case, so I fell asleep on it because I don't care about her or her fibroids. We'll pray your strength in the Lord, though. Moving on. Sonya is at a photo shoot getting ready. Getting her makeup and hair and stuff done at this photo shoot. So we find out that her mom and dad are there, and we find out her sister didn't show up to the photo shoot. Now we know her sister, I think, does her hair. Her sister either does her. I don't think she does the makeup. I think her sister does her hair. But the sister ain't come. Sister ain't here for it. Sister still in her feelings about being told you got to get the fuck out of this good house. And so we also find out that cute brother-in-law done quit, and now she ain't got no real assistant. So now sister sound like she about to quit being your hairdresser, and cute brother-in-law already quit being your personal assistant. Baby, they out somewhere trying to find them some decent jobs and find them somewhere to live. They're not here for it. The sister is completely in her feelings. Daddy saying, "Oh well, if you need me to, I can work out." They were like, "You can't even send an email. How can you help out?" And then, Sonya tells the mom, "Well, sometimes I just want to be, I don't want to be around my family or don't want my family working with me." And her mom look like, "Baby, I'm just as sick of your ass as you are of me. Can I go on with my life too? Baby, I'm in my twilight years. I'm trying to go on and me and my man enjoy each other." And I wasn't mad at the mama. The mama really wanted to say, "Baby, put us up somewhere, give us our own apartment, because we ain't gonna be there too often. We just gonna use the money that you send us to go on vacation every other week and live out the rest of our golden years. Baby, they ain't, mama look like, baby, I ain't got time for it. I love some of I love me some Sonya's mama. She's such a beautiful woman. That is a beautiful older lady. I hope I age that gracefully when I get Sonya's mom's age. Anyway, we see everybody preparing for this trip to Birmingham. Um, they get on this bus to go. Listen, I'm not about being in these closed spaces with people like Kenya and Marlo hacking up their lungs and shit all over me. Baby, that sound of Coco. That sounds like ground zero for the Coco or whatever new disease they gonna have going on. I don't know. Candy couldn't come because she had a previous event. Drew doesn't come because she's sick with the flu. Urgh. Yeah, I'm having issues at home with Ralph, and I don't really want to talk about it with production or y'all. So I'm gonna say I'm home with the flu, so I don't have to go and film and be bothered. I'm noticing this is a trend, Drew. You filming less and less this season. You don't want people to get down to the nitty gritty of what's really going on between you and the husband. I feel like this is probably during the time shit started to really pop off with her and the husband, and that's probably why she wasn't filming. I'm just saying, I could be putting 20 on 10. I could be trying to connect dots that are not there, but that's what I think. They go to this dance lesson where they learn how to do, the J set style dancing. If you don't know what the J set style dancing is, it's basically like if you look at the J sets, which is the dance line for Jackson State University, or the Dancing Dolls, which is the dance line for Southern University, and a lot of the HBCU marching bands, they have dance lines or dance girls, and they do, the type dancing. He was calling it majorette. It's really not majorette dancing. It's just dance line. It's for dancers. Marching band dancers, I should say, because for majorettes you would need a baton, and they nail baton in hand. So whatever. Anyway, but that's what they learn and whatnot. Well, you could do a quick 8 count and stuff like that, and you have a whole routine. They do that. It was cute. Moving on, honey. Then they go out to eat. Bryce FaceTimes Courtney, and so King was like, I only know one Bryce. Me and him did a movie, Twa together. I remember that movie Twa. It wasn't that good. People made a lot of stink about it, but if we're being honest, it wasn't that good of a movie. But now that she said that was Bryce in that movie Twa, I'm like, oh, he was fine back in the day. But baby, she was like, oh, well, I haven't seen him in like 30 years. Let me see it, baby. Courtney pulled out that phone, did another FaceTime with him, and can you see Bryce? And everybody was like, ooh, he ain't cute no more. Girl, boom. Anyway, they discuss Kenya brings up Marlo blowing up on Drew, and Marlo immediately gets defensive. And as y'all know, I can't stand Kenya. Y'all know me and Kenya do not get along. But in this case, Marlo was already on one being defensive, and when Kenya brought it up, Marlo was just ready to argue. She was ready to argue, argue. So Marlo bringing that up, I mean not Marlo, Kenya bringing that up, that just incited just this argument for no damn reason. Marlo, let it go. She acted like she didn't really want to discuss. She's like, well, why do I have to, baby? You have to discuss it because it was filmed, and it's some people taped it. There were people recording it. It happened while we were all on set, or the set was over, or 30 minutes after the set. Baby, you had to know this was going to come out. You had to know that. You had to see these people that were recording it. You had to know this was going to end up probably on the blog, social media, on the show, or something. So you have to think you're going to discuss it. But the way Marlo blew up about it, was so defensive about it, it was like, girl, you just looking for an argument at this point, Marlo. You ain't shit, Marlo. So then they leave. Kenya um, and tells the girls to go get ready for this charity event they're having because it's going to be so upscale and so posh. And in my mind, I'm like, whether this is the classic or at a homecoming, girl, even when you have events where you dress, girl, we ain't going to no, like who said, I think that was Sonya or Sheree said, we ain't going to the Met Gala. And so I think Monietta went to an HBCU, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all correct me in the comments if Monietta didn't go to an HBCU, but I thought I remembered Monietta going to an HBCU. I could be completely wrong, but I thought I remembered hearing that. Anyway, but Marietta came dressed appropriately because she knows even at those events, girl, it ain't like that. It ain't like you got to be, men about to have on tuxedos and you got to have on your best gown. Girl, throw on a cute outfit and keep it moving. Marietta, them shorts she had on were perfectly appropriate for where they went and what those people had on. Anyway, so they get the and let's be clear, even if it was like that, baby, you in Alabama. No disrespect to the people in Alabama. This is country the fuck ass Alabama. It's not like you going to a charity event at Howard, Fisk, Spelman. I'll even throw maybe fam you in there. But baby, you in the middle of Alabama. Girl, you ain't getting upscale, posh, bougie. Baby, this is the country. And when they walked in, it looked exactly like you would have thought. Country. It was like, girl, people over there trying to take pictures with them. People like, oh, can I take a picture with you? I thought at one point I heard, can you tell somebody, please stop filming me? I swore I heard, can you tell them that? The thing about it is this. I think that Kenya not being used to this world, she doesn't know about these types of events and stuff like that. So she had this all wrong. She had this completely wrong because what she was supposed to do was tell production, hey, this is not the type of event where they're gonna want a lot of crowd, the cameras, the lighting and all of that. So let's not tape at this event and let's hold off and tape at the we'll take the stuff at the homecoming, but this is a charity event. Let's keep the focus on the event itself and it being for charity, and let's keep it focused on that. So let's not have the cameras there. And if there's something real serious, somebody will, tape it with their phone. But this is just not appropriate. That's how that should have went. But Kenya, she has no clue of this world. She has no clue about classics or HBCU homecoming. She has no clue. She's not in that world. So they go to this event and end up getting kicked out because the people who holding the event is like, wait a minute, y'all are a complete distraction. Nobody's focusing on what they need to be focused on. Everybody's trying to get pictures with y'all. Everybody's trying to take a video with y'all. Y'all got cameras, production, lighting, all of these extras and producers and gaffers and baby, we don't have the time. You are, soaking up all the energy in the room. Y'all got to go. And they had to go. A mess. They get back to the hotel. Kenya, I never even saw Kenya leave from them because we saw all the ladies together and magically Kenya wasn't there. Kenya had to went back to her room. I guess she took off hair and makeup and Kenya was laid out with her daughter. The ladies go, of course they had to leave the event early. They think they're going to be out, a good portion of the night and their night ended abruptly. So they were looking to, continue to keep the party going. If we got to go back to the hotel, at least let's keep the party going. At the hotel, make me put on a whole full beat, a whole outfit because you told us it was gonna be this upscale thing. We done did hair, makeup, and everything. And girl, the party ended early, and you gonna tell me I can't use this hair and makeup that I just spent how many hours getting ready for? Girl, we finna have some kind of fun. So they go up to Kenya's room, and they started bamming and knocking on her door. Now I went back and rewound. Y'all know I'm not in the business of rewinding, but I did rewind this part. According to what I saw, Marlo, Sheree, and Sonya, all three. Now I don't know if anybody else, but I know I saw the three of them knocking on the door. Sonya just knocked. She did knock. Sheree was bamming on the door. Marlo kicked the damn door and bammed on the door. Baby, by the time Sonya came to that good, not Sonya, Kenya came to that good door, Mama had like I said, she probably had to already took off hair and makeup. Baby, that wig had done came off, so she wasn't coming outside no more. Baby, she had to slap that wig on real fast and was like, who the fuck? So she came at the door yelling, my daughter is in here. Why the fuck are y'all bamming like some fucking animals? In her defense, baby, don't come to my motherfucking door bamming and shit like that. Baby, y'all could have called me or, something like that. But what you not finna do is come to my door kicking and bamming on the door. That's not how this is gonna go. That's really not how this is gonna go. I will have the hotel escort y'all out of that. That was kind of inappropriate. It kind of goes off from there, and I guess we'll see the aftermath afterwards. But I could see Kenya blowing up on Marlo as if Marlo was the only one doing it, when in all actuality, it was more than just Marlo knocking and bamming on the door. I don't know, but y'all was inappropriate for kicking and bamming on that woman's door at this hotel room, even if you wanted her to come out. Because at one point, I guess she ain't coming. Well, girl, we finna go out and have a good time on our own and leave it at that, honey. Like, y'all are riddled and mired and just poor decision making, just poor choicing skills. If you go and knock on the door and she don't answer, or maybe she could have had a whole bust down in there. For all you know Kenya's a whole skank. You don't know what she got going on. Y'all ain't care either. Y'all just said, well, fuck it. We gonna keep banging on the door. A mess. So that was the whole episode, y'all. I don't know. Like I said, it's getting increasingly harder for me to stay checked into this because I'm at the point where I'm about to check out. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, y'all know what to do. Get in the comment section and let's argue about what we saw. That's all I got. We'll do what we do. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.